He is on your left. Andrew Hung is on your right, and it's Counter's Company against Grixis, Death's Shadow, for round number 2. One could say deck A and deck B of the metagame.
Yeah, this is what we kind of have to get used to. We're going to see a lot of this. And, you know, 2 weeks ago, we saw the power of some of these Counter's Company's decks where they just go turn 2 Devoted Druid, turn 3 you're dead.
Yes.
You're dead. And in a variety of ways, too.
Oh, yeah. So they have so many ways to do it.
Yes.
Devoted Druid plus Court of Calling equals you basically dead.
Yep. Among
many other things. The Eternal Witness kind of ties the room together. So we'll see what Nance is able to put together. And, hey, Andrew, thanks for casting a discard spell. Makes our job easy. Devoted Druid, the Vizier of Remedies, a Horizon Canopy, a Forest, a Verdant Catacombs, and a Collected Company. So Hunter is on a mulligan, but his hand's still quite good.
Yeah, that's a super solid hand. I mean, you got to take the Devoted Druid here, right?
So I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's just a weird thing to say.
Yeah, just the most unassuming 2-mana 0/2, taps for a mana.
Yeah. Of course, Inquisition cannot select Collected Company, which is the card Andrew might actually want to select. But Devoted Druid's got to bite the dust, so it's gone. And Hunter Nance just going to play Verdant Catacombs, pass the turn back over to Andrew. Andrew's at 17, of course, with his Death Shadow deck. We got to keep track of that. He has a copy of Thoughtseize. He will play. Going to fall down to 15. Nance's draw step was just a land.
And I like the ordering of Andrew's spells here. He very potentially wants to take a 1-mana creature, and then also wants to take a powerful card like Collected Company or Court of Calling. And if he had fired off the Thoughtseize first, he would feel obligated to take the Collected Company, and then the 1-mana creature would already be on the board when he plays the Inquisition the next turn.
Very true. Very true. Nance going to sacrifice Verdant Catacombs. He's going to fall down to 19. We'll see what land Hunter wants to get. Number 18, excuse me, on the SCG Tour leaderboard here in Season 1. Godless Shrine. That's his weapon of choice. And a moment here, Hunter will take a second turn. Now, we do know he has a play on turn 2. It is the Vizier. And he's drawn a copy of Eternal Witness, which is not so bad.
I've heard good things.
Yes. Not too bad at all. Andrew will draw. Andrew hasn't done much. He's just played a couple discard spells. Polluted Delta is the land here. He's at 15. He can become a lot lower than that if he'd like. Fatal Push in hand here for Andrew. He will play Fatal Push to get rid of the Vizier. And now he'll be sacrificing both fetches, so at least down to 13. At least.
Getting the job done quick.
Yep. Let's make it 11 and 9. Well, okay then. Can you imagine the first time you play against Death Shadow and you don't have any idea what's going on? Your opponent just aggressively dealing himself damage?
Yeah, you're just laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
Except for, no, there's no money in the bank.
There's just a Death Shadow in the bank.
Yeah, he's just waiting there for you.
It's killing you. I see we're going to do a little delving here. Away goes quite a few cards, and it's a Gurmag Angler. Yep. Big angry fish here in Gurmag Angler. Just a turn 3 5/5, no big deal. Hunter has no board and no hand, basically.
And this is what the Grixis Death Shadow deck does. It wants to get the early disruption and then get a clock on the board. The Counter's Company deck can generate so much card advantage, but it takes time.
Yep.
And the key to beating a deck like that is just not giving them the time.
Windswept Teeth is going to find a basic forest. Here's an Eternal Witness. Hunter will shuffle and present, but he wants to get a Collected Company back, and he's going to do just that. I'm going to do a Stubborn Denial main deck check. 3 copies here for Andrew Hung.
Stubborn Denial.
That's correct. 3 copies.
If you were to give that card a nickname,
I would call it Stubborn Denial.
Okay.
Yeah. I would certainly not call it Stubby D. I would call it Stubborn Denial.
Not Stubby D.
Correct.
Just making sure.
No nickname necessary. Here's an attack for 5. For the big fish.
Yeah, it's easier if you just call it Stubborn Denial. It can't be confused with something else.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And Andrew will pass the turn back. Hunter will draw. We know he's got a collected company in hand. Looks like he may have picked up another copy. Oh, yeah. Get in there, Eternal Witness. Fourth land is a Verdant Catacombs. Pass that turn back.
I'm a little surprised to see Hunter not just kind of blocking with his Eternal Witness. You know, getting in, I don't know, it's such a tough spot. You don't want to make the Death Shadows too big. Obviously, his opponent doesn't have one right now. If he did, it'd already be on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, like, Hunter has so much card advantage.
So you just want to try to play as many turns as you can?
Yeah, it feels like he needs to make sure he gets all the value out of these cards.
Well, you see your opponent at 9 on the third turn of the game. It's very enticing to want to attack.
It is.
Yeah.
They're kind of giving you the green light there.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of work left to go. Nance is going to sacrifice a fetch land here. We're going to see a collected company here in just a moment. Looks like it's probably going to resolve. But we'll allow Nance to search up his land off his Verdant Catacombs. I would think Swamp, as he does check his hand very quickly here.
And there's a variety of cards he could hit here, which would just be spectacular for him. Specifically Kitchen Finks.
That'd be great. How many is he playing this weekend? The full amount. All 4. That'll buy him plenty of time.
You know, Eternal Witness plus another guy, just change together more collected companies.
Company will resolve. Top 6. I think Finks may have been the last one. 2 will work just fine.
Double Finks.
Yep. So Hunter's going to gain 4 life.
Yeah, that's not bad for 4 mana.
No, not bad at all. He's also going to get the block. Actually, technically, he should be gaining 6 life. We also might just see a double block here, truth be told. But we could also just see no block.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a good chance of the double block or the no block.
Yeah.
You know, he just gained so much life.
Falls down to 11. Here is Death Shadow. And now, we're going to head back over to Hunter Nance, who will untap very quickly and draw a card.
Now, there's a chance that Hunter wants to just main phase a collected company here.
Uh-huh.
He does have Fiend Hunter in his deck. That would be a great hit to just clear the way.
Gavany Township's not bad either.
2 pairings are on the way.
Pretty good with Finks.
Yeah.
Spectacular players. Pairings for round 2 will be posted shortly.
Hunter in what feels to be a very good spot right now.
Yeah, it's funny how collected company can just wildly swing the game from one side to the other.
And it's funny, the card that really turned this game around for Hunter is that Eternal Witness.
Yeah.
Got back that company, got a body on the battlefield, got to resolve the company, and now all of a sudden this game has changed after his hand got ripped apart by some discard spells. Nance thinking about how he can get these last 7 points of damage through. Of course, when you're playing against Death Shadow, you don't want to make the avatar too angry because it can just kill you. And so Nance is going to take a slower approach. And it looks like just pass the turn back over to Andrew. Andrew will untap. He'll draw a card. And we'll see if Mr. Hung can navigate this battlefield. Again, he does have a Fatal Push in hand. Looks like a fetch land. And unclear on the third card.
Yeah, and this is a tricky spot for him to navigate. Just fighting through these Kitchen Finks when there's a Gavany Township on the other side is just so messy.
Seems very difficult. He'll play a Bloodstained Mire. Death Shadow will come in. 6/6. Nance, I think, thinking about just a singular block.
Yeah, I can see just blocking with the Finks here. firing off the Collected Company and then having a huge force as Alpha Strike next turn for the win.
Might be considering a double block. It looks like he's considering a double block as he taps both Kitchen Finks, forcing Andrew Hung to have a trick, and not too much can really go wrong even if he does.
Yeah, not too much can go wrong here, like you said. It's possible. I don't know, this is such a weird spot. With the Gabney Township, does Andrew Hung want to think about only killing one of the Finks in combat?
Sure. That is under consideration. Hung's going to lose a little bit of life here. Going to make Death Shadow grow via fetch land. It's funny, a lot of the time you'd like to take the full amount from that fetch land, but not right now.
No, he's got to tread very carefully here.
All right, Finks will die. They'll come back. Double persist trigger. There are the counters. More importantly, Nance will gain some life. He's up to 15. And those black counters will represent -1/-1 counters on the Finks. They're 2-1s right now. Let's see what we have here. It's just going to be a Gabney Township activation. So Fatal Push is going to kill one Kitchen Finks. And now Township will resolve, which means that Kitchen Finks will lose its persist counter, and Eternal Witness will grow a little bit into a 3-2. Nance will draw. What Nance is having is difficulty crossing the finish line. Now that might be a Collected Company in his hand, it might also just be a Duskwatch Recruiter as he's reaching for mana. That's a Horizon Canopy. Here's 3 mana. Fiend Hunter.
It's a good one.
It is, and it could be a lethal one. With 6 power on the battlefield, Fiend Hunter will come down. Here's an attack 4/6. And it was a timely top deck. Hunter Nance is going to win game number 1 here over Andrew Hung. Counters Company off the back of that Singleton Fiend Hunter. Going to win game number 1 over Grixis Death Shadow.
We see Hung giving the little thumbs up there. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Hunter's like, you're at 6. That's it, right?
Okay, yeah, then I'm dead. I'm dead. Okay, we confirm. I am dead. Game 2 about to be underway. Let's take a look at some sideboards here, and these players have some diverse ones. We're going to start with Andrew Hung, who has 3 Leyline of the Void, 2 Collective Brutality, 2 Ceremonious Rejection. And here come the one-ofs. An Anger of the Gods, Kozilek's Return, Engineer Explosives, Liliana the Last Hope, by Force. Good way to beat up Affinity. Well, Counter Squall is a Staticaster, and Dreadbore, a lot of options here for Andrew.
Yeah, if you listen to Jerry T's podcast, you've heard him talking about Byforce as a singleton out of his board over the last week.
Okay.
You know, it's only 1 red, and it can blow up a lot of cards. So, you know, pretty solid card there. Obviously not for this matchup. Collective Brutality is great in this matchup. It picks off the early little creatures. It peels away Collected Companies, Quarter Callings. So that's definitely just a great utility card that should come in. Anger of the Gods, Kozilek's Return, potentially the Engineer Explosives and the Liliana the Last Hope. There's a lot of 1 toughness creatures over there. Is it Staticasters? Find one. The only question is, can Andrew Hung side in all of these cards and still execute his game plan?
That is the big question, because he does have a lot of haymakers to bring in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of attractive cards here, but can he bring all those cards in and still, as you said, do what he wants to do?
Yep.
I think that's the big question. We'll find that out here as he is deep in the tank with the sideboard. For Hunter Nance, I think we're going to ask the same question. You take a look at his sideboard. 2 Tireless Tracker, 2 Path to Exile, and a lot of one-ofs. In Devour Flesh, particularly for this matchup, Abrupt Decay, Selfless Spirit, Linvala, Keeper of Silence, Orzhov Pontiff, Eidolon of Rhetoric. That's, of course, the rule of law on wheels. And even Mind Sensor, Kataki's Ward Wage, the Big Game Hunter. Get it? Hunter, Big Game Hunter. Never mind. Kosai, Pride Mage, and a Scavenging Ooze. What do we like, Craig?
I like a lot of these cards. Hunter's really positioned his sideboard here with a lot of good creatures. When you're playing Collected Company, you don't want to bring in a whole lot of spells and, you know, cast Collected Company and not hit a bunch of creatures. The Devour Flash, great in this matchup. Depending on how grindy Hunter wants, I can see him shaving a lot of the combo cards and just bringing in some of these grindier cards. Tireless Tracker. The Selfless Spirit is great if he's expecting these Pyroclasm effects out of his opponent. And then Big Game Hunter, obviously very good when all of your opponent's creatures are huge. Scavenging Ooze, very good against the Grixis Death Shadow deck. So I can see a lot of these cards coming in.
Both players have quite a bit of sideboarding to do, and they are already getting ready here to shuffle up for game number 2. So while they do that, remember Andrew Hung going to be on the play. We are going to talk about StarCityGames.com Game Night, the very popular promotion. We want to thank all of our tournament organizers and all of you players for making this promotion everything that it has been over the past couple of years. Now, for the month of June, Murderous Red Carp.
He's so silly.
I know, he's an aquatic assassin, is the Red Carp. Got a little fish there, gotten some nice work done, has the Goblin Rogue in the month of July.
Yeah, he's wearing a salmon hat. Like, you got to love everything about that guy.
I like the Murderous Red Carp. I like the Goose of St. Traft as well for the month of July, pins and tokens. But right now, the leader on the Game Night leaderboard for the creature collection, easily our good friend Puggernaut.
Oh, man.
That'll be available in August. Artifact creature 6/6 beast will not be walled off with a Puggernaut. Go.starcitygames.com/game night for more information so your store can get signed up today to get those awesome pins and tokens, as Hunter Nance is going to go down to at least 6 cards, though that did not hurt him in the first game.
Why wasn't the Puggernaut a 5/3?
There's no 5/3 token.
Sure.
See, they have to be usable.
Yeah.
Now, what's the 6/6 artifact creature token? I don't know. But I feel like there probably is one.
I'm sure there is.
I feel like there probably is one. Hunter's going to take a look at his next set of cards. We'll learn more about number 18 on our SCG Tour leaderboard, the 23-year-old from Raleigh, North Carolina, with 6 open top 8s, a couple runner-up finishes as well. Just doesn't have that title just yet. He wrote a guide on optimal ordering strategies at Cookout, which is a restaurant down here. I actually believe that to be true. You've never been to a Cookout before, have
I've not
you?
been to a Cookout.
Yeah, yeah. They don't mess around at Cookout, man.
Why can't I just show up and order what I want?
No, because you should try to optimize everything you do.
Just everything in life, just overthink it.
No, overthink is the wrong word. Optimize it.
Oh.
Optimize it. Play perfect if you can.
Sure, I can't just enjoy this meal.
No.
No.
You have to perfect it.
Yes.
Hunter will order for you, which is important. A Sarah Visions is how Andrew's going to start. Cookout's pretty dope, I got to say. It's a pretty good place to eat.
All right, is that happening?
I'm trying to keep it in check.
Okay.
Right now. I'm trying to keep it healthy, keep it lean right now.
How'd that work out last night?
I don't want to talk about last night. I don't want to talk about last night at the local Buffalo Wild Wing, okay? I don't want to look, I can't. The Cavs game on. I have no control. There's nothing I can do.
I mean, you are telling the truth there.
I have no control over anything when the Cavs game is on.
Do you ever just yell at random strangers in the
I
bar?
try not to.
But you do.
They started. They started. I never engaged. They started.
They shouldn't have gone there if they didn't want to get yelled
That's
at
not
by
true.
you.
That's not true. They don't have to say anything to me. Just let me enjoy my game in peace. Thoughtseize. Here from Andrew Hung.
It looks like Hunter's got a bunch of sideboard cards here. It looks like a Tireless Tracker and a Big Game Hunter. Eternal Witness.
And that white card's an Even Mind Sensor.
Even Mind Sensor came in.
So he's got a little bit of everything and the lands to cast them all. You see the Big Game Hunter. Ah, Andrew wants to read that on, huh? We can take a little look-ski-poo. Do you know the creature type on Big Game Hunter?
How many creature types is it?
I'm not going to answer that.
3. You're telling me it's 3.
Probably 3.
3 is a lot.
Okay.
Do I know the creature types? No.
Can you give me one of the 3?
Human.
Correct. Don't look.
All right.
Can you give me...
Warrior.
Wrong.
Tracker.
No. You can search for it via a mechanic that searches for other things.
Oh, he's a mercenary.
No, try other one.
Oh, he's a rebel.
Correct.
Man, I'm so bad at this.
He's also an assassin.
He's an assassin.
I was blocking Craig's view for those of you at home. I did not let him look. From Planner Chaos is the Big Game Hunter. I'm a big fan of that design.
Of the Big Game Hunter specifically?
Yeah, I like this card. I think it's a cool design for a card.
How about all the creature types?
A lot of jobs to do. I'm not sure I would give it that many jobs, but he's a rebel, and he kills big creatures, does the Big Game Hunter. Mostly going to try to kill Gurmag Angler and Death Shadow in this matchup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much Andrew can do about that. Good Thoughtseize it away. Tracker, Even Mind Sensor, Big Game Hunter, Godless Shrine Swamp, as Andrew's life total is getting rather low here via all these fetch lands and discard spells.
He don't mind. Hunter's got this super slow hand.
This feels a lot like game one, honestly.
It without a collected company, it's not the same game.
Okay.
You know, the 2 cards in Hunter's hand, like, sure, maybe you can kill 1 fatty with the big game Hunter. That even Mind Sensor is just not
Not going to do it.
not very threatening.
No.
You know, it only has 1 toughness. It's going to succumb to any removal spell in the opponent's deck.
The only thing that I like about the Even Mind Sensor, because I don't think the text is going to be very relevant, I like that it flies.
Yeah.
I will give it that. The air is a good place to be against this deck. We have seen Death Shadow variants play Lingering Souls at the beginning, but a lot of people have moved away from that. So a flyer could actually be quite good here as Horizon Canopy is the draw.
Yeah, I think all of the Death Shadow decks have been updated to not care about Lingering Souls nearly as much. They've got some Pyroclasm effects out of the board. Almost all of them have Liliana the Last Hope, which is great against Lingering Souls.
Of course.
The Is It Staticaster, Maelstrom Pulse, depending on the colors you're playing. Everyone's ready for that card now.
Godless Shrine enters the battlefield tap there for Nance. Pass that turn back. So we go back to Andrew Hung, who's at 10, so Death Shadow is online. Let's see what this is going to be. Thought Scour is going to target himself. 2 cards are going to go to the graveyard here. Serum Visions in a land, and draw a card. Actually, no, I take that back. I think that's a Stubborn Denial, not a land. And that could end up mattering because old Snapcaster Mage. Scalding Tarn, pass that turn back. So no creature here for Andrew Hung just yet as Hunter Nance will draw a card. Remember, Hunter is up a game, able to steal that first one, thanks to Fiend Hunter. Now he'll just play a land and pass that turn back.
And Andrew's got to just be sitting on a mess of removal and Snapcaster Mages and stuff like that.
It does feel that way.
It's possible he has a fatty and he's just waiting for 1 more discard spell.
Take care of the big game Hunter.
Yeah.
Well, he played a Swamp. He does have a Snapcaster Mage. It looks like he's going to lead out with Snapcaster Mage. Going to use a Swamp and a Watery Grave to cast that one.
It's kind of funny making your opponent discard Big Game Hunter.
Big Game Hunter does it all. A little madness.
Just a free 1/1.
You're going to target Thoughtseize. This could be what you're talking about, trying to clear the path.
Yeah.
There's that extra discard spell. Andrew Hung wants to know what the heck is going on over there. Your past couple of draw steps. Here's Even Mind Sensor. Will we have a response? Keep in mind that is a Scalding Tarn over there for Andrew. And he will sacrifice that, fall down to at least 9, potentially 7.
Yeah, if he has a Death Shadow or one of the Delve Fatties, he's going to be going to 7 here because he needs the Black Source. Ooh. Scavenging Ooze, not a terrible one.
Hey, you see the Ooze, the Big Game Hunter, and the Horizon Canopy. Ooze doesn't look too bad. But is he trying to clear the path? And you got to take a look at the life total here, by the way. 5, huh? All right,
Yeah.
Big Game Hunter down.
5 is not a lot.
No, this is what we're talking about, where having a flyer here in this situation is really, really nice. Now, Andrew does have a copy of Death Shadow that he's going to play, so he was just doing some work to clear the path for that. Now, Hunter Nance is going to quickly untap. He'll draw. Did not get a great look at what he drew. Here comes Even Mind Sensor. Andrew's going to fall down to 3. Horizon Canopy. Now, if this is a card like Selfless Spirit, there's a Scavenging Ooze. Path's huge.
Yeah, that's a really good one here.
It's a great draw.
Well, and he gets it while his opponent's tapped out. Saw that Stubborn Denial in Andrew's hand.
Ooh, Even Mind Sensor is on the battlefield. So
Ooh.
Andrew instinctively went to go search. So we'll have to try to correct this game state here in just a moment. I actually totally forgot that Even Mind Sensor was out there to do that. So an easy mistake to make.
It is. felt like the time for that ability had come and gone.
Yep. There's a lot of focus on it earlier with the fetch land. So we have our judge here having a little conversation with these players about how this will be resolved. As soon as that judge finishes making the ruling, we'll have our wonderful table spotter let us know what the ruling is, and we'll communicate it to you at home as they try to repair this game state. Maybe flyers are the way to go. I mean, you are right. They do have access. They do have access to Anger of the Gods, Kozilek's Return, all that stuff. So they are, it seems like, pretty well insulated against flyers, and Fatal Push plus something can take care of Mind Sensor. But that Mind Sensor might, I say go the distance, and that's 2 attacks.
Yeah, 2 to 3 attacks.
Yeah,
so.
it might cross the finish line here. So I don't know. They're gonna get that game state repaired. You guys can look at us instead of looking at that, and you can also look at what the Puggernaut token is.
Ooh.
Architect of the Untamed, Craig.
Sure. Spend a little energy.
Yeah. Create a 6/6 colorless boost. It's a bit of a stretch, I think, for the token. Feels like there should be some sort of Juggernaut token at this point, right? I think. I don't design the cards. I just talk about them. Okay, I don't know.
Should have just been a 5/3.
Maybe. We're going back down. They're good to go. Top 4 cards. Okay. So they're going to shuffle and then look at the top 4. That'll clear this whole thing up. Got it. Okay, so clear it up even more. He missed on the top 4 from the even Mind Sensor, and now shuffling. Good.
Cedric,
Easy.
what happened here?
I don't know. Draw a card. Don't lose the Mind Sensor.
I mean, Andrew's in a semi-precarious spot here with this 3 life total, but he is 1 to 2 removal spells away from just being in complete control of the game.
Yeah. Here's Fatal Push on the Ooze. Huh. Interesting. Better have an answer for that flyer, my friend. Noble Hierarchs in that deck?
Oh, yeah.
Some number? 2? Okay.
2 of.
A lot of ways to put a Noble Hierarch on the battlefield to end this one. Here's an attack for 2. Pass the turn back. Quick draw. What do we have here? Crack the Horizon Canopy right away, will Nance. In. All right. Terminate's going to try to take care of the flyer. That'll work. Windswept Heath and passing the turn. Andrew Hung is alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Back in the driver's seat.
He's drawn a fetch, I believe. Here's an attack for 2. He has a Stubborn Denial in hand.
Not the most impressive.
No.
Stubborn Denial right now.
Not quite.
But he only needs 8 more attack steps to close this game out. So,
or 1 Death Shadow. He'll draw. In for 2. Nance is going to fall down to 13. Hung with another copy of Terminate in hand as well. Hunter's going to draw. He needs a spell and needs 1 bad.
And this is another list that I'm looking at. No Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, this is starting to become ubiquitous now.
Yes.
People are moving away from Lightning Bolt, and everyone's moving towards Fatal Push because you got to be able to kill Death Shadow. In for 2 more. Go, Snapcaster, Mage, go. Nance down to 11. Steam Vents under the battlefield tap, past that turn back. Hunter Nance is going to go reaching for some lands. 3 and 4. Eclectic Company is a very powerful Magic card.
That's the one you want here, right?
Yes. And Stubborn Denial cannot counter that one as much as Andrew Hung would like to.
And his deck is so full of hits here. As long as it's not a bunch of mana creatures.
2-headed giant
anything with power is great.
Yep.
Kitchen Fink's spectacular.
Eternal Witness is awesome.
Eternal Witness is yeah, really, really good. A Tireless Tracker would just be insane.
Please make your way to the gathering point flag in the center.
Well, it looks like Hunter Nance has very quickly found 2 creatures. Let's see what they're going to be. You mentioned, well, not our first rodeo.
Yeah.
Tireless Tracker and Eternal Witness are the hits here for Hunter Nance, and those are both fantastic.
Ever run well?
Me? No.
No.
No. You? Probably. But me, no. I can only imagine what it's like. Here's a terminate. Got to take care of the tracker. Hunter Nance might have a response here by sacrificing some number of fetch lands to be able to generate some clues. So he'll sacrifice the first fetch. And he'll sacrifice the second fetch, so he's going to be given 2 clues here. We'll see what Lance Hunter does want to search up, but he just wants to make sure he gets those 2 clues. And he might search for some basics, so the lands enter the battlefield untapped. We will find out soon enough, but once again, the power of Collector Company flexing its muscles, showing why it is one of the best decks in this format.
Yeah, I think I would have liked a couple untapped lands there. You know, just cash in one of these clues right away. This game's not going to go a whole lot more turns one way or the other, so you got to get that value while you can.
Yeah, he had a couple. He's got 4 basics in his main this week, and 2 forests, a swamp, and a plains. 2 of them already on the battlefield, so he did have the ability to search up at least 1. And could have taken some damage from a Ravnica Shockland, but in the meantime, here comes Eternal Witness. Andrew down to 1. Can't go much lower than that, my friend.
Oh no, don't know.
Devoted Druid.
And Hunter's exposing himself here.
Well, he's exposed himself to Stubborn Denial now.
To Stubborn Denial.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I would have sequenced those way differently.
Yeah, he could have led with the Denial and then cast the Devoted Druid.
Or led with the company.
That's what, yeah. Led with the company and then cast the Devoted Druid.
We work ourselves into a different game here where if Andrew draws a creature, he's sort of stabilized. I mean, he'll get another turn.
Yeah.
Also, if he's drawn a copy of Kozak's Return or something like that. Now, I don't know if he's drawn anything of relevance here.
He's drawn an interesting one.
What has he drawn?
It looks like Street Wraith. I mean, next turn, that's a 3/4 body.
Maybe it's a Street Wraith. It might be a Gurmag Angler.
Oh, it's
Collective Brutality.
That's actually a great one.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Okay.
That's a great one.
So he gets to kill that and get a little bit of life for his troubles, up to 3.
Yep.
Can attack.
Yep. Keep the clock going.
Yep.
Discard a fetch land that's no good to you anymore.
Yep. In. All right. 3 to 5.
That's so much more exciting than a Street Wraith.
Now, Hunter's got some big draws. Vizier among them. He'll start by sacrificing a clue. Now he'll draw another card. Remember, Andrew Hung is empty-handed. Collector Company is really good card.
He's running hot.
Top 6 picks to click. Let's see how Hunter Nance does. Eternal Witness is among those cards.
Looks like 2 hits again.
Might be 2 Eternal Witness.
2 Eternal Witness or Witness and Finks, I believe.
That's good too.
I mean, it all works here for him.
Witness plus Finks, get back company.
Yeah, just make sure you don't stick those cards in your hand.
Yep. Nance back in the driver's seat now.
Well, and you see the power of just chaining witnesses into companies, into witnesses into companies.
That's why the deck plays 4 copies of Witness. It's so good in this deck. Andrew Hung. He's only got 1 card to work with. We'll see if it was a good one as he's spreading those 5 lands. Oh, yeah. Go. Go get him, Snapcaster Mage. Good block, good block. Nance is going to go up to 9.
Is potentially a K command?
Not sure. Devoted Druid. Put a counter on this. This is going to be to crack the clue. Yep. So Hunter will draw a card. Nance is untapping. He's drawing. Remember, he's got to collect a company in hand. Now he might have something to do real quick here.
2 mana spell that he would cast before combat?
Looks like he just says, I'd rather attack first. Remember, this could be something like a Kozilek's Return. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Andrew Hung was hoping he'd get more with that.
And he almost did.
Yeah. He got close. Hunter almost played some things pre-combat. Going to float a green. Board has been wiped. Now here comes Collected Company.
I like this. That's heads-up play.
Yep. Top 6. Again, it's very difficult for Hunter Nance's deck to miss in situations like this. Scavenging Ooze and Vizier are certainly hits.
It all works.
It sure does. Another copy of Collected Company in hand here for Nance as well. And now he's going to play Kitchen Finks. Gain a little bit of life now, Will Hunter.
Every turn is just bad, from bad to worse for poor Andrew over there.
Well, draw Anger of the Gods. All right, just going to very quickly draw and pass. That's what it's going to take right now, is a copy of Anger of the Gods. Here come the Knuckleheads, and that is going to do it. Hunter Nance is going to win this match over Andrew Hung. 2-0. Connor's Company will take care of Grix's Death's Shadow.